Hello everyone and welcome back. This is week 2 of Irish Esports Collegiate. Today we're showing once again Counter-Strike. I am joined here by Ro. I'm Moro Blanco.
Hello.
Welcome, Ro. It's good to have you back.
Welcome,
haven't
welcome.
haven't seen you in a while. We've the last time I think we've commentated together, and the first time as well was at the QB LAN. So
It
it has
was,
been a
yeah,
little
and
bit
that,
of a
and that
while.
was that was a bit of a hiatus from casting for myself as well. So back in it again this evening. Excited to get involved and do a bit of casting online. It's been a while, but we've got a big game ahead of us. SETU versus UCD. How are you feeling about this one, yeah?
You know, as they say, me not being biased at all. Um, these I know from the SETU side,
Have you
it is
heard
a
have you heard
fairly
of
new team.
SETU?
No, never, Ronan, never. I was first time ever hearing about this team. They are fairly new. It's a new squad. Two of the players we have on the squad are relatively known, I'm sure. Zone and Croissant. Croissant from as the captain of the game we don't speak about while we commentate CS. So I'm sure a lot of people can guess what that is.
No.
But the
Teamfight
UCD
Tactics.
side, I am not too familiar with some of these people. I know Duffy. I think we've seen him before in previous season, previous matches. And going off the map bans, we have Nuke, which is very rarely picked actually when it comes to Irish Counter-Strike. And then we have Mirage, which is, as we know, the go-to map for a lot of teams. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, who doesn't love a good Mirage game? But we are going to kick it off with Nuke, which will be our first map, and I think it's going to be a good one. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, me too. And we are starting with Setu on that CT side, with UCD trying now. It looks like they're going to split a little bit of lobby. They're going to try and hold down, just play default, trying to enter ramp a little bit here. One player is standing guard, Philip is there, but it is looking like they're moving back, and none of the neither team is making any plays right now. They are just sitting and waiting, seeing who will make the first mistake.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a play towards the ramp position. See the T's running out now. They do drop down on the ramp. Zone falls, and Philip as well, taking the B bomb site unless the player in door can do something about it.
Yeah, and they're trying to take back ramp. That revolver won't be able to do much. KZX will take him out, and that will be a flawless pistol round for the side of UCD. So Setu not getting off to a great start, that CT economy is very bad as it is in general, very easy to crumble. But losing a pistol round without getting any kills is even worse for that starting side of CT.
Yeah, it's a good round to get on the board for the T's. Nuke would traditionally be perhaps a bit more of a CT-sided map, so good to see you can get this one down. You can get another gun round here down with the Galils and Mac 10s. You can see Duffy taking down Croissant. And a little dink coming out there from Denny. We'll get one, but Donsay will trade them out. So this should just be an easy little cleanup round unless it's made difficult by Setu, but it doesn't look like it. There's Duffy with the final frag as well. And that will set them up nicely.
Yeah, no, that pistol round, they don't do very well on it. No armor on any of the T's. So it was a little bit easier for them to get those headshots in, but nothing connected for them. But now, once they get into those Mac 10s and those Galils, they're able to get one, which just isn't enough. It is an eco, so they are trying to just run it down, try to get something to be able to buy up those M4s, and that's what we're seeing right now. 4 M4s. And that Deagle, and it will be zoned to take out the first two, just spraying them down in hut. And that will put the T's on a very, very big disadvantage.
Yes, super important that they get that round. And, well, you can see it didn't play out too well for them. AK's still in hand, though. 3 versus 4. Deagle shot from Denny, though. That's huge.
Yeah,
Sticking with the Deagle in this round.
Yeah, I think they're playing the long money game for that op, hopefully, and that Deagle shot, that kill will give them a bit of a little bit more economy. so they can later, hold outside. But right now, it is still a 4 versus 2. It is a Galil and an AK. That Galil is able to do a lot, without those two CTs having any head armor. But they do have to set up pretty well in that AK. that AK is going to be the last one standing to try and do something, and will Denny be able to get another headshot off? It would be great for him to start us off, and he gets one shot, second shot, but can't finish it out. Zone is there to help him though.
Good round from the CTs. I'll be happy to get that one on the board. Helps them out with the economy as well. But the T's still able to buy into this round just about. We might see KZeeks and Zod opting for an SMG here. It looks like KZeeks will... Actually, he's able to pick up the AWP, so it must have been dropped there in the spawn. But a Mac 10 on to Zod here. So AWPs on both sides. We can see Danny just on the outside. Not going to spot anybody just yet, but KZeeks on the other side with the AWP.
He spots him. He's not able to get him. No damage there. And then he will be there to retaliate, taking out his teammate. But it is KZeeks. He is a glass cannon right now. No armor, no head, no helmet with that op. It will be very easy to take him out, and it's Zone and Denny with another one. So right now the T's are falling apart. 5 versus 2. It is 2 AKs to try and clean this up, but the CTs are on full utility, not full utility, but full guns, an op, an AK, 3 M4s. It's going to be very tough to try to take this back.
Yeah, this round you just got to be looking towards potentially a save or just picking off a few active frags here. Zod still chilling in lobby, and SETU are more than happy just to hold the angles, and Zone will clean that one up. So a 2-2 score now, Jan. CT is able to get into this game, into this round, and surely this should be another one on the board. Where do you think the T's are going to hit?
I think with these guns, if I see another Tech 9 coming in, I'm going to say 90% ramp rush. There we go. I believe it's going to be a ramp rush. When you see techs get bought up on Nuke, it is usually a ramp rush, but it looks like it will be a little bit of a late one. They've actually opted for Squeaky, but it is Moon there just to spray him through that door, and those nades, that util damage will be huge from them. They're rushing down trying to get somebody, but Croissant is able to hold his teammate alive and keep Moon in the game, and that will be a flawless round for SETU.
Easy peasy, just cleaning up there with the rifles. Tech 9's unfortunately not able to do too much in this round. However, we've got the AKs up again. Got some util, not full util from the T's though. So UCD, they're going to have to look to put something together here. Not really sure. Do they have the knowledge to get some of these smokes down? Looks like it's going to be a break onto the door and a smoke onto main. It could be a fast A, but that Molotov will actually be extinguished there. Moon able to get one frag. Donsei will fall down, but as they're trying to still just play in and around lobby here, Flip might need to fall back as he's taking some gunfights in the ramp room. Nade does a bit of damage, but not overly too much. So a few... Oh, and that's a frag for Zahoto as well. Moon to fall, so down to a 4 versus 4 now.
Yeah, and the CTs are looking good for that setup. But if they take out this ramp player, there's nobody else holding him down. And now Croissant is able to pick one off, so giving it the advantage to that CT side. But it will have to be Denny to help his teammate out, and he does take him down. They know not to push this now unless they have the util for it. It is an op, and it will just be a quick peek from Philip, taking Duffy out, and it's once again, it looks like impossible rounds are given to the side of UCD to try and fight out. 1 versus 5, 1 versus 4. The CTs are not giving them any room.
Yeah, another good round there from SETU. Just isolating those gunfights, and most importantly, winning them. Nice off angle there from Philip as well. Will take down Zod, bringing it to 4-2.
Yeah, and SETU are building up an economy, and that's what you want to see on the CD side. After the changes in economy, it's so easy to crumble and fall if you're not, if you haven't built up that money, if you haven't kept been winning rounds constantly. Because now, even with this economy with 10K in their hands, they might lose it just in 2 rounds. So it is good for them to keep that, because if UCD get an upper hand here, if they take them out, but that nade as well, huge damage, and they just take ramp, fully flashed. They take ramp, but Zone is here to try and contest it. He takes out 2. The smokes go down. They will just get B for free. But I
Take a look
do
here at
apologize.
Zod.
Yeah, Moon is there.
Take a look at Zod. He tried to get that little frag from a pusher, perhaps from Zone. However, it does leave their teammates stranded on the site, and now there's 3 players encroaching, and somehow Moon spots out Zod before Zod's able to find him, and it's just down to Zahutu. And they're gone too, so 5 now on the board. 5 in a row.
Yeah, and it is what you want to see on Nuke. You want to get as many rounds in early as possible, because depending on how UCD hold down that CT side, they might just not. SETU might not be able to take any rounds from them.
Yeah, once they get going, get that utility. I mean, look, we're seeing 14 grand on some of the SETU players here, so when it gets to this level, something drastic needs to be done. We can see actually Zod lining up a few smokes in the T-spawn area, and that will go towards outside. We can see full presence from UCD onto the outside area here, maybe avoiding the multi-kill rounds that we've seen on ramp here. Denny's able to get one. Do they spot the player up on top of main? Won't be used just yet, and KZX is able to get one of their own, so traded down to a 4 versus 4.
Yeah, now it's just a long game with that AK, but against the AWP, it won't be able to do much. And KZX is able to take out another one, but Moon isn't able to convert that spray to get 2, and now it's just Croissant and Philip left. Croissant with a good opportunity here. He's going up against the AWP, he gets the headshot, and now a second player, he knows this. He's going to molly it out and spray him down, and now he puts SETU back in the advantage. It is Philip with that up. It is Croissant holding down A, so Zahotu knows not to go there, but Philip will be hearing this, and he's gonna just scope in and wait for the plan to go down. He's gonna peek in.
Oh
and
no!
I thought he missed that shot as well.
Did he? Or was he just very slow?
He was very slow with it, making sure he doesn't miss it.
You know what? That's the right thing to do. That is the right thing to do, because there's been many of a situation for myself where, especially whenever the player's either planting or they have their head facing you, like the back of their head facing you, and you just miss, or you try to shoot their head and it hits their like insane trap muscles that they have, and the bullet just does like 20 damage. So that's the wise thing. You're 6-2 up now. You've got a decent lead building, utilities. You're firing on all cylinders here. Although I must say it was nice to see a bit of a switch up from UCD. Unfortunately, don't say will fall. Denny just having a field day here.
Yeah, no, KZX does get the initial shot off, but he just shoots him through that metal container, and he's just not able to get 100 damage on him. So, he's down. Denny is down to 30 HP, but KZX should have taken him out right there.
Yeah, we can see every frag this round going the way of an AWP. So the double up setup definitely working very, very well for SETU here. What I was going to say is that it was quite nice to see a bit of a change of pace. We'd seen a lot of lobby and ramp focus from the T's. They decided to do a few outside smokes and head outside. Unfortunately, there were a few gaps, and perhaps maybe that's where they might want to look back at this VOD and see, we missed this smoke, or we just didn't have that final smoke in the cross, and so we were caught out with our trousers down trying to cross. These little things, once you can get them implemented, really, really changes the game. As it stands, Zahotu, forgive me, Zahotu. Great name, by the way. I love saying it, but I just want to make sure I'm saying it right. So please forgive me for that.
I would
Zahotu.
say.
Zahotu, you say it? Okay, no, that wasn't very good. but they
Yeah,
are
it
going to have
will
to
be.
save. And
Yeah, I
well,
mean 5 against 1. Not much you can
look
do,
at the
right?
money though.
Yeah.
Is it worth it to save? You get
No,
3,400
I
with a
don't
loss
think
bonus.
so. It is
So
it
like,
is a full loss bonus for them, so they will actually be able to buy up at least one AK with armor. But besides that, it is 2.9k for an AK, so you don't really have enough to buy up AK and armor. And against these M4s, it is useful to have that head armor with you.
yeah, it was just about useful for Zahotu there to save with the AK and the armor, and unfortunately they're only able to buy a flashbang. But smoke has been dropped, and we can see there Duffy lining up the outside smokes. But I think again, is one missing? They've got 2/3 of the puzzle right. It's this final one here. Let's see, Zod, Donsei, and Zahotu
No,
all
no, they
walking
have
out
them
onto
all.
red. Oh, it's landed. It was just a little bit late. Here we go. They're able to
Yeah.
sneak out onto outside. So this is perhaps what they need. Denny's completely blind here, and that will call for a bit of a rotation. A player from the CT's Moon into the lower position, into single door, and they're just going to listen out and see if anyone approaches. And well, Zod is getting very, very close, and they can
But he turns
Zod. You
around.
can see the gun ball. No,
And now
Moon
they
gets the
know
frag.
Moon is here, but no doors have been opened, no push has been made, and the CTs know the gun has been dropped. What is happening? He just dropped his Galil right in front of the double door, and now they're gonna try to enter. They know Moon is around here. Croissant is just picking off, the lurk, and Moon with another one as well. They're just giving them the free round right now. There's one player in vents, Philip with another one. Moon not able to get the third, but they know where the last player is. So Zahotu is now left alone, and they know where he is. And now Philip will just walk up with the ulti up. He's cut off, nothing to do, and 8-2 now. So very strong from that SETU side, not giving them any space at all.
Yeah, look, we're starting to see these little pieces of brilliance from UCD, but unfortunately, once the smokes fade and you're left with the gunfights, it looks like they've just been caught out. Setu looking very, very strong on this map.
Yeah, and it does look like UCD just don't know what they want to do now. Denny picking up the first player, just KZ's just running into mid without any utility to support him. No flashes, no smoke, nothing. He's just giving away a free kill. I know it's a scout, but you can still do a lot with a scout, That if you have that headshot potential there, you're able to take it out that op, and it is faster movement speed and all that into account. But it looks like UCD just aren't sure what they need to do here to take at least a little bit of space from Setu. They're not able to take ramp control. They're able to take secret, but even when they do, they just are countered by Setu. Moon once again in defense. He's gonna spot that player. He's low. He's gonna take him out. Go back up the ladder, and now it's just Don is just checking for him. He's trying to find him now.
Yeah, they brought it down to a 3 versus 5, and Duffy just sneaking about and will catch Croissant there. Will they win the aim fight? Unfortunately, Moon is able to take that trade frag. 2 versus 4. That could have been very, very costly for the CTs. With 35 seconds remaining, well, I'd hedge my bets on Setu. So I'm going to drop out onto the site, but the bomb is being planted on B. CTs will hear that, and they're going to have to make their way all the way
Yeah,
down here. The vent
and it will
drop
just be
will be sounded.
Yeah, so they know where they're coming from, but it is these Galils up against these M4s and these two ops, so this might just not work out for them. Philip is holding off. He knows that there's nobody up there, and now Denny. Philip just gonna drop down, miss the no-scope. The 5-7 comes out, doesn't work out. But Moon is there to just take him out. It looked like Philip was just going for style points right there.
Yeah, that was interesting. Look, you're 8-2, 9-2 up at this stage. Why not go
Yeah,
for a little flashing no
you
scope?
you've 12k each. It doesn't really matter to you if you lose this one one op, you can buy up once again, and the double op setup works for them. So they're just gonna go for it. They're gonna rock with that, and they leave the T's on a very bad force buy for this last round. It's three AKs you know, that Mac-10 is able to do something, but these M4s, you know, they're just gonna spray him down unless he just catches them completely off guard and hits those, you know, 2 headshots. And Philip Duffy is straight out of this game.
Duffy gone, Philip allowed to reposition. Unfortunately, the Molotov brings Kazix out. Zod will get a frag onto Danny and another onto Zone. Can they get a third? No, Moon will shut them down. 3 versus 2 now, and this could potentially be a third round if they're able to pull it off here for UCD.
Don does have to come out of this hot position, but Croissant is just standing on top of it. And he knows that last player is there. The gun was picked up, the scout was switched out for that AK. And Moon is aware they're just going to watch this. They know he might be in Squeaky right now. He is checking for them, but they're not going to give him space, and the door will be heard. Moon is just going to spray him down, and that will be the 10th round for SETU in this CT half. You know, they're not giving any space at all to UCD here. They left him with 2 rounds, and all it was the first 2 rounds. It was the pistol and then the round afterwards.
Yeah, they got their 2 rounds and that was about it. And
Yep.
well, who knows? They could pick up their third if the pistol rounds are to be believed. Then they do have a chance. But look at SETU there. They've got the util. They've got Julie's. They've got a Tech 9 and one of their players too. They've obviously got something cooking here, and I'm very intrigued to see what it might be.
It will be a ramp rush. No, it won't. I'll get this right. one of these rounds, I will get this right. I will call it every single time. But they're gonna run in. KZX is trying to stay alive in these dualies. They're trying to look for him, but he's not able to convert. And now trades come in. It is Zone trying to tap with that Tech 9, and he's able to get one. That Molly will go down, and it's just Duffy left alone against these 3 players. 2 Glocks. You know, there is still utility. They could smoke this out. They will, and you know, it's tough for him now because he has to push through the smoke. He's gonna get spotted, and he's not even gonna be able to take Zone out, who's on 8 HP right now.
Yeah, I mean, we called it really there. The util, the setup, the pistols, the aim. It seems to just be all coming together here for SETU. That is round number 11 on the board for them. And it looks like the CTs have decided, well, we're not going to play for overtime. We're just going to finish. We're going to try and finish it in standard time. They've forced up MP9s and 157. Is it a bit of a call of a lobby crunch? It looks like they will push through here. 4 players coming out through hut, and surely the players on the T side will hear this. Croissant and Moon, 2 frags to their name. Zahudu will fall.
It's just a slaughterhouse, and he's not even able to take that last player out. And Moon will get these 2 players set up, and it just looked like a shooting range for him right there. You know, he puts the spray in, both players get headshot. They don't even have the chance to take him out, and that puts SETU on a match point. And if UCD want to come back from this, they have to win 10 rounds in a row to go to an overtime.
Yeah, this is looking like it might be a bit of an insurmountable feat here. It's just been dominance here from SETU, and I wonder, you know, will this? We can see Zahudu didn't even know to look up there on the silo. Makes me sort of question: was this their map pick? Are they going to try and regain a bit of confidence on Mirage whenever it comes up in the next round? We'll just have to wait and see, because Nuke, it's been SETU all day long, minus those first 2 rounds, which, in fairness, wasn't the most easy of rounds, especially the pistol. So it's another walk down on ramp. Croissant will take down Dawn.
And Flip, it just looked like his mouse died or something. He just stares down ramp. You know, neither player's spraying each other down. And it looks like it will just be SETU to take the first map in a 13-2 finish. It is just Zod. Zod. Zod with this deagle.
Freudian slip.
Yeah, he will have to, you know, try something. There's no defuse kit. The time has run down, so it will just look like a round for SETU to finish out this map. Picks up the Galil, but he's not going to check the right side. And Croissant with that headshot. So 13-2 for SETU. You know, a very dominant map for them. And hopefully UCD are able to bring it back in Mirage, because as we know, Mirage is a map, very puggy map. It's very oftenly picked in the Irish CS scene, and it's a map for either team really to win. Whoever has the better aim or whoever has the better tactics there. We'll see who is able to take it out once again.
Yeah, I think if we're going to get a close game, it's going to be a Mirage. I think that's fairly safe to say. SETU looked very, very strong and comfortable on that. Nuke match, the only rounds that they lost was a pistol that could have went either way, and then the
Yep.
subsequent round where they just took an eco, so it was expected. It looked like they had it. Forgive me for saying they had their shit together. Quite plain to see, and the aim was firing, team working nicely. What can you say? Fingers crossed we'll get something a little bit closer, Mirage.
Yeah, no, hopefully UCD are able to bring it back. They're able to, pick themselves up from that map. It was very tough on them. They were sometimes getting close, but usually it was a four players alive from that SETU side, which is very strong from their side. But I think it was because they were just peaking together. They were aiding each other on ramp, for example, when Zone looped back to help Philip with that op, so that he doesn't get left alone and taken out there. So I think if UCD are able to just play together, have the smokes, because as you know, the smokes on Mirage, everybody knows at least one smoke for A, one smoke for mid, and one smoke for B. So I think as long as they have
what
that
you said,
setup.
they did have some smokes at least on Nuke.
Yeah.
Credit to them, they did have that, but hopefully now they're able to piece that together with the knowledge, I'm hoping anyway, of Mirage and how to play that, and that's where it'll come together. And fingers crossed, things will look a little bit better at least for UCD.
Yeah, and I think they just, depending on which side they start, well, really depending on both sides, but you do have to take that mid control for yourself to be able to split into that A position, split into B, take out those rotating players. So I think very important for UCD to come out of this second map with a win. They do need to take that mid control from SETU and keep them off it, so that SETU don't have eyes on close short or connector kind of entrance and under, so that they are just able to walk into a site maybe not seen for at least going through that mid spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Just waiting for all 5 players to get readied up here. I think we might be starting very, very shortly. The last few players just getting loaded in, but while we're waiting, don't know if you guys have perhaps checked out the Ireland Collegiate store by any chance. If you go to www.irelandcollegiate.com, you will be able to find all the information about the tournaments that we host, as well as buying your favorite team's merch, or something like this. Little plug there. I'll not stand up, but you can see on the website the whole range of products that we do have. And yeah, please take a look, see what you like, and support your local universities and colleges. That's what I'd say. That's my plug. And again, look, thanks to our lovely sponsors, as you can see behind me: KOKA, Stack, GG Machines, Rerat, the whole shebang. And most importantly, thanks to everybody for coming out and tuning in.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I have my SETU jersey.
Where is it?
In
You didn't
wardrobe,
want to be biased. You didn't want to be biased.
Yeah, I didn't want to be biased, so I won't put it on for today, but next week, maybe next week,
Yeah, maybe next week.
Yeah, but
well, look, while we're waiting for these the final players to ready up, we might just take a very, very short break, and we will be back with you in just a minute.